Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to another JK Presents. This is the tutorial where again we are going through the Welcome to the Machine scene by scene so you can see how I shot or edited this piece. And I would be remiss if I failed to show you this. Upon my travels, I find things like this. I just don't know. Anyway, let's just get to the tutorial. All right, here we go. This is our Welcome to the Machine tutorial. I'm gonna break this down a little bit. This red effect. All right, let's go and look and see what we got. Let's head up and go from video one. This is video one. That is interesting, isn't it? Let me play that for you. That is my table, my dining room table. On the left and the right side is two of my lights that I have for production. And I have behind it, I have a white foam board and the camera goes forward. Probably, I shot this on a cell phone. Let's see what's on video two. Aha, as we've done before, I've already made sure that the Welcome to the Machine has been projected onto that white foam board. Let's go to video three. Oh, a little color correction, or is it? Let's do a little F6. F6 in Avid Media Composer, for me, that calls up the raw footage into the source monitor. And here's the source monitor. You know what that is? Let me play that for you in the source monitor. That is a cranberry juice bottle. I put that in front of a light, and I move the juice bottle where you have all these weird aberrations of light going through. Let me play that for you. So you can see, there's all this weird refraction of light going on, and I found a spot that I thought that's pretty cool. This is it right there. Yeah, let's see if there's any differences. Oh yeah, it's probably just a color correct. So add a little color correction and it got really dark. That's what you see right there, it's really, really dark. But that's what that is. Next shot. Next shot is this piece here. Let me hit play. Whoa, let's go frame by frame and see that. It's intended to be some sort of abstract shot of a human being that's getting wrapped with cable. Let's go into the video layers of what we did here. Video one, this is the shot. That is what it is. Now, what is that exactly? Again, let's do the match frame or F6, wrong layer. Here is the raw footage of it. Now, let me hit play. You can see what it is. Those are Christmas lights, an extreme close-up of Christmas lights that I shot with my cell phone and a macro lens. So, you know the Christmas lights that are like LED lights? That's what it is. The figure in the background is a toy I've had. Here it is coming into focus. A toy that I've had since I was a kid it was an action figure from the movie Clash of the Titans. That's a great example of his face right there. When you have that shot and you start pulling the camera away from the action figure, let me go to the shots here. Let me rewind it a little bit. You get a cool look like this. Whoa, whoa. Very, very cool. Let's see what's on video two. Video two, did I do anything with video two? Let's see. No, I have nothing on video two, but I do have some probably color correction. Yep, that same red canister from the cranberry juice canister I talked about earlier, that is right there. I did an overlay, and it does look like it's a little bit of blood, kind of like the Matrix. Moving on to the next shot, let's look at it in real time. Welcome, my son, welcome to the machine. Let's look at that again. Let's see if you can figure out what I've done. As an editor, you're never done editing and tweaking, and when I see this, I want to change it because the song is slow paced and everything should be slow movement. And I did quick little cuts here, and I don't like it now, but it is what it is. So let's look at that shot. Here is what it is. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there you go. So that's the shot that I wanted to use. Let's F6 that. Again, F6. No, we're not there yet, ladies and gentlemen. F6 that. So this is the layer, video 2 layer. Let's look at that. Gosh, I can see it now. That is, well, let's play that. I'm a little off on the lip sync. So what did I do here? I had a projector project some digital juice images, cogs in a wheel, onto a sheet behind me. I was going to replace the upper part of my face. That's what you see across. I guess it's some sort of plastic that I put on there. And I lit it with one light overhead shooting down. My mentality behind the whole thing was replace all of me with actual robots, which I may tend to do when I get to do this again using AI. So let's just go on to see what we have as an effect. So video 3, this is what I was talking about with using digital juice. Let me match frame that and bring it up. That is the source code. This is an animation from a now defunct animation place called Digital Juice. I saved some of these because I want to overlay them over my face. You can kind of see that over my chest. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, what else can I do with that? Well, let's go to video 4. Video 4, that right there is my helmet, my head, that I made in Photoshop. What else did I notice on the video track is, well, let's see what's on there. Oh, what is that? To add art or further confuse the viewer, you have certain effects that you can actually put on. I think I went into After Effects and I added a beehive look to that. When you do those types of things, you can also, let me play. You can kind of see that. I had the welcome my son at first. If you notice on the welcome my son, this part, my lower jaw is open and revealing, you can see. But the first part, welcome my son, again, we used AI to create a mask, an actual mask, that I could put my face in, and now I can overlay different layers. Here's layer 1 with me wearing my hoodie. Here's layer 2 with my Photoshop AI mask. It doesn't fit right, so I get the same shot and lay it on video 3, but I mask areas to create this, and let's play it. That's that, and then here it's masked. Now it fits in the actual hoodie. And I could have been done there, but no, I added more. I have time lapse that I actually shot from a storm, and I put it around the rest part of the body, because when I look at the shot, I'm like, well, you can see the door over here on the right. I'm like, I don't want to see that door. So I added some time lapse stock footage that I shot. Color corrected that footage so it's not apparent that it's a storm. Then on video 15, this is a shot, I wanted a factory shot that would kind of reminisce the Animals album from Pink Floyd. And I shot this in Orlando at Universal Studios, just outside of it. I'm like, that's kind of cool. It looks like a factory, like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I threw that in there as my background. I blurred it to make it seem like it's not in focus, because when you shoot with cameras, you have depth of field, something in the front and something in the back. And something in front is in focus. That means usually something in the back is not in focus. I added a little bit of TV effect, a TV roll effect, to further distort and hide what I look like. I think I added a little more color correction. I did, I went black and white with it. And then one more, oh, even darker. So look at all that that whole thing right there. Adding so much layers, layer, 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 like a cake. All right, so I know that this is a lot, and this is a long tutorial. It's for you guys that want to peek behind the curtain to see how images are made, or at least what I did to make my music video and what I used that was around me. Thank you for your time. Please make sure that you buy stocks and bonds and toilet paper, and remember that the new normal is abnormal.